Guys, welcome to a different kind of video. So, welcome to the first ever, should I say, reaction video. I've had time to calm down. The emotions are out. I've relaxed. I've had a nap. I've slept. I've watched the manager's interviews. I've watched the replay. I've heard all your guys' comments on the video, Grimsby and Notts County fans as well. And I've done a bit of self-reflection. So on that, let's get into the video. So guys, like I said, different kind of video, reaction video. I don't normally do these, but since I've just spent all this money on a brand new setup, thought I'll give it a go, a little test run. And I kind of want to talk about it. I want to talk about the Notts County Grimsby game at home that had just gone this Saturday. Obviously, all you guys know, County lost 1-0. Sorry, my camera keeps going in and out of focus. I don't know what's up with it at the moment. But we lost 1-0. And yeah, I've done a lot of reflection. I've done a lot of thoughts. I'm kind of gonna go back on some of the stuff that I said in my video. And what we'll do as well, we'll go through some of the comments, because that's basically what I do all this for, is to have that conversation, that football conversation with other fans, both Notts County fans and away fans as well. And everything I say is not going to be right, and that's why I love doing this. So, on reflection, after looking back, right, first off, Notts County, in my opinion, I think was just not good enough. We was way too slow. We was too slow. Grimsby on the other hand, as soon as they sat back, and they sat back for more or less the whole 90 minutes. And I agree with what Martin Patterson said, in the fact that they had a plan and they stuck to that plan throughout the whole game. As soon as they got the ball, their objective was to get to our goal as quick as possible, and you saw that. They got within our box within 5 or less passes sometimes. And I know we are a possession-based team, and that is how we play football. But oh my God, does it frustrate me when I see these other teams that are on the attack, that are so much quicker in getting in our box, and we're going left and right, and it takes 20-30 passes before we even get close to their box, and then nothing happens with it, because I think all season, one of our biggest weak points is that final third. We're just not critical enough in that final third. But I digress. 0-0, half time. We kind of fight for the point. I said Grant and Cunha needed to come off at half time. I thought they was absolutely shocking, both of them. Cunha, I like him, but I think Cunha is better as a sub. He's better. He's someone that you bring on in 75th, maybe even 80th minute for that bit of pace, that fresh legs at the top. That's his role, and he's better at that. Conor Grant, Tranmere, I think that was one of the best games I've seen him play. But I said that to a fan at the game. I says, it's crazy. I praised Conor Grant and I ate my words at Tranmere, and he just turned around and says, well, do you think that's because Tranmere was so bad? It gets you thinking. But, give credit where credit's due. Tranmere, Conor Grant had a great game. This game, he seemed knackered. He couldn't keep up with the pace of the Grimsby players. I just felt it was all over the place. So they come off at half time, which I think was needed. I think the manager made a right call, the correct call. And obviously brought on substitutions, which again, good substitutes. Second half, I think from the get-go, we looked so much better. It's again slightly faster, still could have been done with being a bit quicker on the attack. And, there was hats off to Grimsby, right? I think we must have tried so many through balls or balls over the top, and they must have intercepted nearly all of them. Grimsby defended really well, and again, it completely got my score prediction wrong. I was going 4-0. I was way off. And I said in the video, I said that, someone's going to nick it, but I don't know who. Were Notts County going to get the look, or was it going to be Grimsby? And I think it was down to that. Grimsby hats off to them. Grimsby wanted it. They did want it. You know, and I say that to agree in the fact that, the Grimsby wasn't amazing by any stretch of the means. I've definitely seen better teams down at Meadow Lane this season. But, again, and I said this from early on in the video, that they look threatening in attack, and I think that was the big difference. Obviously, elephant in the room, the red card. Wow, this red card has blown so much talk with Grimsby fans, County fans, on Notts County fan pages. In my video, I was like, never a red card. Not, what is this ref doing? Worst ref, blah, 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 blah. The ref wasn't great. He was shocking. He was shocking. He didn't give County nothing, right? Now, from where I'm sat in the cop, so I'm all the way at the back, and it was definitely a 50-50. They kind of said that in the interview with Martin Patterson, and I could see that it was a 50-50. Now, I thought, at the time, I did think it was a red. I thought it was definitely a yellow card, but I think there was a picture going around on one of the Facebook pages, and also from the highlights. It does look like that he stood up, and I can see why it's a red. It's an odd one. It is an odd one. Of course, I'm a Notts County fan. I'm not wanting to see any of our players get sent off, and it's a massive blow when it happens. But it's football. These things do happen. So was it a red card? Yeah, I can see why. The best way I can explain it. Was it a red card? Yes. Now, if another team did that to a county player, would they get a red card? Probably not. That's it. And you can say I'm biased. You can say, oh, you're just being whatever. But that's probably what would happen. That's probably true. I think he was just a bit late. It was just a second late, and I think that's why he got him. He didn't get the ball, and I think that's the answer to it being a red card. But again, I've watched it back so many times. I've looked at the picture, and I've been sat here thinking about it, and I just kind of wanted to, to speak to it a bit, because this game has been, for Notts County fans, there's a lot of divide, a lot of, negativity around it, and I so get the frustration. You guys that watch me, you guys that watch my channel, that watch the videos, I am very passionate when it comes to Notts County. The whole purpose of all my videos, it's just all raw footage, all raw emotion. Nothing's scripted, nothing's put on, there's no sugarcoating it or anything like that. And again, that's the whole point of this channel, the whole point of these videos, and not everyone's going to agree with what I'm saying or doing, but at the end of the day, it's a beautiful game of football. And kind of going on to my second subject, I love doing this, and with doing this, I've spoken to so many fans. I've had some fantastic conversations. I've even had fans that have changed my views on things, and also vice versa as well. And so I just want to look at the comments. So in the last video, again, fantastic comment here. It says, I understand your frustration as you wanted so much to win, to get into the top 3 slot, which again, that was my biggest gripe. Notts County had that chance to get some points and finally, start to build that bridge. We want automatic promotion. And that was my biggest... Wow, so gutted. That was my biggest gripe on Saturday. But anyway, to get into that top 3. However, I cannot accept that Grimsby were cheating. It's called the dark arts. You can't blame the ref. You can't blame the Grimsby team. You had some good chances to score, and your players didn't take those chances. Enjoy your video, but you're extremely biased. But that's what we all are when it comes to following our team up the Mariners. Philip, mate, thank you so much for your comment. And again, it's really, it's good to hear other fans, views and comments as well. Obviously, I did say a lot Grimsby were cheating. I think Grimsby are a bit of a dirty team. There's a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of diving. Obviously, I think now nearly in every game, especially in the last 5 or 6 at Meadow Lane, where the goalkeeper's gone down and all the players have gone to have a team talk just as County getting that momentum. It's a loophole in the game. We know the refs can't do anything about it. It's so frustrating when it happens. Me personally, I think that is a bit of a form of cheating. They will say, "Oh no, it's tactics." It is what it is. But then again, obviously, he goes on to say that you're extremely biased, which I am. I'm always gonna be on Notts County's side. I'm always gonna see favourability with Notts County. It's every football fan's like that with their own team. But honestly, Philip, thank you so much for your comments. And I've just put, hey man, thank you so much for your comment. But yeah, guilty of being biased, but we'll give credit where credit is due. Cracking goal, which it was. I thought Grimsby's goal was a cracking goal. Go and watch it on the replay. He takes on about 2 or 3 Notts County players. It's from miles out. Nothing that James Belshaw could have done about it. My biggest question about that game, was it the red card that affected it the most, or was it the subs that he made on the 80th minute? I think Grimsby scored on 80th second, like 2 or 3 minutes after the subs. Or is it neither of those things? It's such a. It's again this game. So many questions. Such a bigger reaction from County fans and even myself than I think it needs to be. Obviously, we go strong with Walsall, which I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, that's the question. Did them two have any impact on the result? And again, I just kind of gone to say to him that Grimsby getting that boxes within 5 passes. But some of these comments are absolutely love. There you go. Bad loser. Grimsby did not cheat. Take it on the chin. He was not good enough to win. Best team won. Dennis.
This is great banter. It really is.
Not sure. I'm not sure about best team. I don't know about that. And then again, comment here, Stark. Ignore the morons in the comments, pal. Notts didn't deserve to win. A draw would have been fair, which was fine. We was fighting for that draw in that second half, and I thought we was going to get it. And again, a point to point, it's all going towards a promotion battle. So I would have took a point. Grimsby had an answer to everything that we tried, helped at every opportunity by shit officials. Once again, with 4th League 2 fixtures, red was never a red, was sitting just up from the challenge, clattered the bloke with his legs, not his studs. What is he supposed to do when he's challenging for the ball, not to try and get it? And again, it was a 50-50, and I think it would have been more frustrating if he didn't go for it. However, with the other teams around us all dropping points, we was never going to win. We have never taken advantage of others dropping points. And again, that's so true. I said it in the video and I'll say it again. Every time Notts County get a chance just to go that little bit further, making it easier for ourselves, we never do it. And I just thought, cheers, mate. Appreciate the support. We go again Saturday. Hopefully pick up 3 points. It really is a fight for 3rd place, as I believe that Cambridge and Bromley have those 2 places, which I do. I think Cambridge will finish top, and I think Bromley will drop to 2nd. In that 3rd place, literally is between Notts County, MK Dons, Swindon. Unless we go on a terrible run now up till the end of the season, like the last 2 seasons where we've just completely dropped the ball. I don't think we will. But it really is a fight for that 3rd place. But yeah, guys, just wanted to go for it. I just wanted to say, I've had a bit of thoughts. Obviously, from that comments, he says it wasn't a red card. He was obviously sat a lot closer. And I think it's just so interesting and so a bit crazy as well of how much there is a divide with this oval game over Notts County and Grimsby. You know, there's a bit of atmosphere always between Notts County and Grimsby. I just don't think we both quite like each other. But yeah, I just want to do a bit of a video. I just wanted to talk about it because there's been so much comments, so much media, you know, on social media about it. You know, there's been a few people arguing about it, and at the end of the day, guys, it is just a game of football. We go again Saturday, won their last game, but Notts County also have an act of going to teams where they haven't been great, where we should be kind of winning and then losing. Look at Chesterfield on Boxing Day. I think Chesterfield had not very good run, about 3-4 games prior to us, and then they go and beat us. So, yeah, I'm not taking any game for granted. It's going to be a tough game, but I will be there. If you are there, come and say hello. You know, always welcome. I'm so excited. Like I said, I've never been. But guys, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. Like I said, this is a different kind of video. I want to do slightly different videos. I want to do more content for the channel. I've got something kind of big and completely different in the pipeline, so do stay tuned for that. I will also be having a bit of a vote on that with you guys as well, and I will do a separate video just explaining a bit more. Obviously, like I said, there's stuff kind of working on in the background. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. See you on the next video. You guys.
Into the back post, header comes in, and it is Charlie Palmer.
1,500th league game. Another milestone for Jimmy Cyril, now in his second spell as captain.